Hey everyone, it's Wolf614 here, back at it again with another video. This is part 3 of our how to build and tune guide for Forza Horizon 6. In the last video, we built this Peugeot 205 Turbo into a really good rally car in S1. If you want to go see that, it's in the iCard above and as the top link in the description of the video. So yeah, if you enjoy these, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. This video will be on how to build and tune drift cars. One of the most enjoyable parts of the game is the drifting, all the cool drift zones and drift roads and everything around Japan. So you want to know how to build some fun and cool looking drift cars. So with that, we're going to hop right on in and build a BMW for you guys and show you what's up. A little bit more niche and fun. But it is Japan. You got to have fun. Let's build some drift cars. So let's go with this BMW. Now you might ask, well, why are you messing with this BMW? Because for drift cars, you get to build stuff that looks cool, not just for platform and performance. So, first things first, what do you want to do with engine swaps? Depends on the car, but you want to try and find an engine that is very close and similar from your torque, between torque and horsepower. You want something that's similar. So something like this. If we're going for a lower class, this 2.5 liter straight six turbo, 276 power, horsepower, 278 foot-pounds of torque. So very similar. Same thing with the straight six twin turbo. Now I wouldn't go for something like this V10. Is it a cool sounding thing? Yes, but the torque is way too disproportionate to be useful. This one's a little bit closer. This one's a little bit closer as well, but you also want to be careful and avoid stuff with a lot of turbo lag, like this. You see how late into the RPMs the turbo lag picks up? So you might want to go with something that's a little bit closer together, that's more naturally aspirated. So for this, we're just going to go with this nice 2.5 liter straight six. Now for drivetrain, this is all up to you if you want to do rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive drifting. I like to do all-wheel drive because it makes the car stable. But for this one, we'll go rear-wheel drive. And then body kits, this is where you can have fun. You can put whatever kind of body kit you want on this. I like this nice Rocket Bunny body kit, make it nice and wide. We'll go with this. Arrow and appearance. You can do whatever you want with the wing. Do a lip, do Forza arrow, nothing, another lip. Do this lip, that's nice and cool. Tire compound. You want to do drift tires. You can, if you're getting really sweaty and competitive, super high, like say like S2 or even R-class drift cars, you can go drag tires to decrease your grip and make it even more slidey, but we'll go drift tires for this. Make it nice and easy. Front tires, I always just throw one upgrade on it to make the car turn a little bit better. And then rears, you want as thick as possible. Rim style, doesn't matter. Just find something new, something unique and fun. We'll scroll here. We'll find some cool rotiforms. Go with these. Drivetrain. You always want a good clutch. Doesn't really matter all that much. Transmission. I always go for street drift transmission. You can go for a race transmission if you want, but I like drift transmissions. Good driveline upgrades. And we'll go with a drift differential. Platform and handling. You still want race brakes. You want to be able to stop the car. Springs, the most important thing you want. Drift springs, you see how much that slams the car, and look at that camera in the front. You still want your anti-roll bars. You still normally want to avoid your roll cages. I'll go full race weight reduction as well. And then engine, you can do whatever you want, max it out to your heart's content. I will say, make sure you get something with anti-lag on it for those turbos to make sure they don't lose that power. I'm going to go with that because it's cool with the anti-lag. Let's keep maxing this thing out. We'll make this a nice and fun, high horsepower vehicle. Camshaft, you want to be careful because you don't want it to be too crazy. We'll go with the sport cams for this. Keep beefing this thing up. We'll make this crazy drift car. Now, obviously, you can go lower class drift cars. For this, I am going to end up switching this over to a over 1,000 horsepower is crazy. I'm going to leave this alone there. Because I'm trying to eliminate that discrepancy with stuff. And then flywheel will throw this in. We are going to switch this over to 4-wheel drive so we can actually handle the car. All right, so let's install these parts. We are in S2, 2,700 pounds, just under 1,000 horsepower. Pretty similar with horsepower to torque. We're spending about 100 grand on this car. So drift cars are fun with upgrades because you get to do a lot of different things with them. So for drift tires, you want a little bit lighter, right around 28s. Gearing, it's kind of interesting. You want, so I gotta go back because that did not save my 4-gear drift suppose. Always gotta make sure that you get what you want on the car. So for custom tuning, back here, you want 3rd gear normally to be right around 120 to 140 miles an hour. So, because we really don't need the gears to reach the top of the class. We'll leave it right here. Alignment, this is where it can get kind of fun. You max out that camber. Max out this camber right there. Make it nice and slammed. You do want the toe to be out a degree to give you even more room. And always max the caster. Your ARBs, you don't want to really mess with them. Kind of just leave them as the car is. You want the ride height to be nice and low, but not too low. So we'll give this a couple ticks up to make sure the car's not bottoming out. Dampening. This is where it gets kind of interesting for rebound dampening. You want around 9 to 10 in the front. So we'll go 9.5. Then you want about 6.5 in the rear. Bump stiffness, you want about 8 to 8.5 in the front. So we'll go 8.2. Then about 5 to 5.3 in the rear. So we'll go 5.1. Aero, doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. Put it a little bit more toward cornering in the front. Brakes, you do want to make the brake pressure a little bit harder to about 120 so that the car can, really knock it down. And then this is where you want to lock that differential. You can do both. I normally try to run the decel right at 50%, but I like to lock that front. I like to lock the differentials there. Do 50. Center balance, doesn't really matter. I'll put it more toward the rear. And we'll save this setup. Let's do this one on Mount right on Mount Akina here. Start right here. That's an alright. Nice accurate Integra. Let's see if we can hit a better score than that. So we'll get this in 2nd gear. Keep it right here. Get into this. Because you can see with the high horsepower, the car really gets going pretty easily. You can see how well this thing handles the drift zone. I'll put this back in first for this because this is some tight corners here. So we'll just rev bomb the crap out of it as we go for a good drift score here. Slide that thing around. Ooh, a little bit. Well, it'll be close if we hit our top score here. Try. Oh, just under. I want to try it again. I'm going to try it again where I just leave it in first gear. On these four-wheel drive drift cars, it really comes down to how you can transfer the weight. Either the handbrake to get the drifts to last longer, if you're too short. It's just fun to slide these four-wheel drive cars with high horsepower. They just grip so nicely. This one will be close as well. We should be able to get it. Just got it. Nice. No personal best by 2,000. And there you go. And there you go. And then we'll pop down here, my tuning setups. And there is the share code for this new BMW that we made. So I think that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy this guide, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see more or have any questions about how I do things, hit me up in the comments, let me know. And yeah, until next time, take it easy.